Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Together, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I shall never hold thy peace while wrong is going on. Day or night. We gotta bust down Babylon walls. Preparing the way. Preparing the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight. Fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari. Preserve all, and we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
It started as a real shit show. It has now turned into a clusterfuck brawl. The Epstein fury has now gone international. We spoke a bit about it last night, but we will look further this morning at the implications coming out of America taking the war to international waters. Good morning, welcome one and all. Thank you all for joining us this morning. To my community of parity and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning and welcome. It is day 6 of the war, and it is only getting worse, and it will only get worse. What could that mean for us outside of the regions of the bomb? We must continue to assess these implications as we go along. The sun very bright out there, so it'll glare my screen. We must look at the implications because they have already started, and they will come and continue come, depends on the twists and turns of the conflict and how long the conflict is going on for. So we have to keep ahead of things. In this way how the world are move right now, we can't make nothing catch up on with too sudden. So we have to assess the thing as we go along. Otherwise, you might just end up like the tourists in Dubai or across the region where bombs are falling like rain. Debbie Jervis TV, good morning and welcome. Lynette Jenkins, veteran. Wagwan, bro. Morning, morning. Laverne, good morning, good morning. Errol Reed, Denise Hilton. Good morning, Abinasa Cody. Good morning, Colleen. Wayne Evans. Michael Nepper, Violet Watson, Evan Miller. Ransford Smith. Good morning, Lorraine Smichael. Like and share the live for us, please. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Now, you would have heard of the United States, submarine, attack an Iranian warship off the coast of India, Sri Lanka. Now, the Iranians were doing a military exercise with the Indians, invited by a friendly country to take part in a military exercise. This ship was returning from India following their military exercise. And Donald Trump exposed how much he's losing the war here. Because when America takes this war outside of the region, that signals desperation. That signal for me a huge bunch of desperation. The Americans are becoming retaliatory now based on the pain that they are feeling. So they bombed the Iranian warship just off the coast of India. That was violation 1. And then violation 2. In such a conflict, if you sink a military vessel, you must then come to the rescue of those who are still alive. Raymond, Sharon, Onodo. Violation 2, the Americans did not. You see, just like how Trump let off the one bullet and call for ceasefire, the American fired them torpedo and they ran off, left the men for dead. I think 80 are dead. The Sri Lankan army managed to save about 30 or so of them. Sophia Hall. This Jamaica, this world, this globalist is a huge escalation. Not only that it's a huge escalation, a very risky one. Very. What this now allows Iran to do, given an all-out war, I have no fear that they will. It paved the way for Iran to go lawless in international waters, globally, not just in international water, to attack Western assets, Western people, wherever they may be. This is dangerous. Two of my sisters figure upon cruise ship, Galle. I may beg them hard, cancel your holiday. Nothing or no one is safe any longer. Because what this has done is take Iran wherever it can attack America's interests on this globe. This war is no longer limited to the Middle East. It has jumped out now. And this jumping out is going to cause a huge escalation on the war front, and highly likely possible with Iranian proxies carrying out terrorist attack all over the Western Hemisphere. We understand that part there already. Exactly. Cruise ship will become fair game. Anything that the Iranians can do to take US lives, that is fair game in this war. So we can't sit down and think say because we now go exactly in other region there, we're not at risk, Iran missiles go far and wide. This is what shocked America to go on to submarine already. Because submarine are last resort. Submarine, in this type of warrior, submarine, they way down on the line before you come in at the war. This shows America desperation. Based on the pummeling that their defense system has received across the entire Middle East, across the entire zone, America defense system is severely damaged. This is why America has gone rogue, using offensive action, what them never do since World War II.
Mark 48 torpedo to achieve immediate effect, sending the warship to the
in international waters. This shows you that America is losing. America is struggling way on the back feet. Something else happened yesterday as well, and we're going to bring it to you shortly. The Russians had said something which, if you don't find it chilling, if you live especially in Europe, and you don't find what Putin said chilling, then
can do at this type of scale. For the first time,
you don't understand where we are really
Mark
at.
48 torpedo to achieve immediate
And what
effect,
we're
sending
really
the
in.
warship to the bottom of the sea. I want to remind everybody that this is an incredible demonstration of America's global reach. To hunt, find, and kill an out-of-area deployer is something that only the United States can do at this type of scale. For the first time since 1945, a United States Navy fast attack submarine has sunk an enemy combatant ship using a single Mark 48 torpedo to achieve immediate effect, sending the warship to the bottom of the sea. I want to remind everybody that this
will not go down well. This will not go down well. Let's look at few clippings of what's going on in the war before we go to Putin and then to the American Congress, where the American them manhandle one army veteran and broken and yesterday.
Not like Iraq and Afghanistan or any of our other wars for the last 50 years.
Boy, America fall in front of we eye just so. And it don't look like people say America fall, because a whole heap of people, not only MAGA, a whole heap of people think America go come out of this war winning. A whole heap of people talk about nobody can fight the big bad America. Lord God, if you don't know the answer where America get. Israel and America is in for a good hiding right now. I just so they not talk about it. This is why America forced to use a submarine in an international water sink an Iranian ship, because Iran mash up every defense system for America across the Middle East. That's why the bomb them a drop without even any radar going, any of the alarm system going off, because of how damaged and outrun the American defense system has become. So no warning not able to come on again when missile are dropped, because the American defense system then lick out the eye and the ears. I must say so honey left round there. Lick out the eye and the ears left so hand.
Not like Iraq and Afghanistan or any of our other wars for the last 50 years for that matter. This is a world war and we are not as dominant as you think we are. With Iraq, for instance, they didn't have any allies and they still held us there for 10 years, with 1 million Iraqis dead and thousands of American soldiers. We didn't just attack Iran here, we also attacked China and Russia. Just like with Ukraine, these three operate as a team. Russia is the shield, China is the brain, and Iran is the teeth. Russia provides air defense components and fighter jets that are specifically meant to target stealth aircraft, because this is the United States' biggest strength. China has a GPS rival called Beidou. This allows Iranian commanders to communicate even when the internet's out. They also use their 500 plus satellites to give Iran real-time signals intelligence on every move of the US Fifth Fleet. And then Iran has a huge stockpile of ballistic missiles and drones. These are much of what Russia has used in Ukraine. They have what's called the Shahed 149, which can fly at 35,000 feet, drop a half-ton worth of explosives. This is what they use to target the U.S. air bases in Qatar and Bahrain. Now, in terms of air dominance, we still have the advantage because of our stealth aircraft and quick-moving carrier groups. Israel has the advantage, thanks to us, of their defensive shield. It's battle-tested, but not invincible. As we've seen, it can struggle with both hypersonic and cluster missiles. And again, the U.S. has the general power advantage, but it's nowhere near what it used to be, and there are some really clear weaknesses. The Chinese Beidou is completely unjammable and provides high-res images. And the U.S. generally relies on larger bombs like Tomahawks, but these are expensive and the stock can run out quick. Russia, Iran, and China have huge stockpiles of inexpensive but effective drones and missiles. This is why Russia can seemingly keep fighting in Ukraine for as long as they need. These countries also have huge industrial capacities compared to what we have. Lots of land and lots of factories, which was one of our strengths in World War II. Russia and China are way too dependent on Iran to just let it fall. And drawing us into a prolonged conflict helps them tremendously. So there is no chance this ends quickly unless Trump somehow backs off. This is the second theater of war and the start of World War III. I pray to God that cooler heads prevail, but I don't know the last time I've seen one of those. Even the Democrats seem hell-bent on supporting Israel no matter what. So either Congress gets its act together or a lot of Americans are going to die. This is not like Iraq.
Either Congress or military families must get up and stop this. Your children are going to die. The war is going to reach fever pitch this weekend. We don't see war yet, you know. This weekend is when the war is going to move up into fever pitch because they decimate enough of the U.S. defense system where they can throw the big rock stone them now, where it will cause mass devastation. We could be leading up to nuclear strikes because what we have at the moment is two mad dogs with nuclear. Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump, who are very embarrassed on the world stage at the moment, who are very much backed into a corner, who is facing defeat hour by hour. Tel Aviv is being pummeled. Tel Aviv is becoming more like Gaza. That is going to force their hands. This world is going to turn nasty very soon if this continue in a fashion way to continue. Because the Americans and the pigs, really, they are lawless and unpredictable. And when lawless and unpredictable people have such dangerous weapon, it is dangerous for the world. We see how quick things can escalate and get out of control. Last Thursday,
Good morning.
last Thursday, they were at the negotiating table. Last Thursday, They were at the negotiation table. This Thursday, what we have on our hands is the widening of World War III. You see how fast things can get out of control. The economic ripple effect and other is following behind the devastation we're now watching.
Again, with the breaking developments in the war in Iran, the Pentagon held an update a short time ago as both sides continue to exchange strikes.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth revealed that a torpedo from a U.S. submarine sank an Iranian warship in international waters in the Indian Ocean yesterday. He showed this video of the moment the strike happened.
An American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe.
You know, let me go to Putin, because I can't listen to that junk royer. Or while we're at it, let me go to Congress. Congress manhandled, assault, abuse an army veteran yesterday on Capitol Hill. Because in this world, if you don't join and become the coalition of the killing of the pigs railies in this world, you automatically become the enemy. Hello, see my hand here? I am an enemy too. All right? If that's what it is, I am an enemy too.
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you have weakness as leaders. This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight for Israel. A reminder to all our Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America. No one wants to fight for Israel. His hand. Oh my God. Oh my God. The senator broke his hand. The senator broke his hand.
He's a Marine. Somebody come help him.
Control your Senate committee.
Look at you guys. You're robots. You won't even look back. Look at you guys. You're like robots. Oh my God. What is happening? And you're not even looking back. Any of you four-star generals. Oh my God. What is happening right now? Eyes front, robots. Shame. Shame. Oh my God, you guys.
Everybody sit down,
What did
please.
I just see? I'm getting out of here.
That's fine. Everybody sit down, please.
Oh my God, what is it?
These are your children, America, who have fought, bled, and died in over 30 of America's illegal war. These are your children, America, who has been once enlisted for an illegal war, one that will cause many lives, one that has already cost many lives, one that your president is not even telling you the real death toll. If Congress, if the Republican in Congress is going to give Trump the power, what says the American people? What says the American people? Because you will be having repatriation after repatriation after repatriation. Until America hold up its white flag, your children is going to continue to die. Your children is going to come home disabled. Your children is going to come home and become homeless, become jobless, become an addict on the street. The lives of many veterans. But nobody no look like, because everybody look like them and wait for Iran to come out on the Badara side. It's not going to happen. I promise you that. I promise you that, Gloria Morris. How you do? I promise you that it will not happen. Iran is going to come out certainly brutally battered. But God Almighty, the statement that they have made already should show the Americans that this was not the right choice. And this is why Donald Trump shit show is becoming a clusterfuck more and more. An open, mismanaged, misunderestimated brawl. It's not going good, America. It's never at this point going to turn in your favor. And this is what led the Americans to violate more of international law by attacking an Iranian ship in international waters, which now put everybody on this planet in firing line. Every one of us are sitting ducks for the Iranian right now. Every Western interest, every Western life, every Western asset now becomes an international target because of what the Americans have done by taking the war out of the region into international waters. But this is what we see. This government, this pedophile president, rather, have been doing in the zone of peace in the Caribbean and the South American zone is going around lawlessly killing people in international waters. So they wouldn't, in reality, second guess it. In the zone of peace, though, nobody will retaliate against you. Motherfucker, you have just done the wrong thing. You make one blunder past Saturday. Saturday gone. You make the worst blunder America ever make in a modern time. And then if that the one total blunder there, never embarrassing enough, you even make a more serious blunder. China give Iran technology we can identify wherever they know. This is what make every Western asset on the ocean become a target. My people, this war is getting out of hand very, very fast. Very, very fast. And there's no end in sight because the South American them still attack big. The Iranians decide to fight to the death. So while no side is backing down, while the Americans are claiming victory, and they claim that them knock out Iran don't have this. So Iran, when they knock out Iran ability, why not go back on the yard? Good morning to the Oval Office. America, we don't know if the Oval Office broke down. We don't know if the Oval Office broke down. This war is escalating stress and anxiety among non-military personnel and targets. Yeah. Oval Office have a broke down. Because we know, say, the Oval Office, Norman, how you do? Marcia, how you do? Keep up a lot of unorthodoxy. We see Donald Trump give Zelensky a good old roasting in there. We see him and his South African invader them harangue what's him call it, Ramaphosa in there. We see then Elon Musk in there with baseball bat and Trump and Elon little boy insult Trump. The Oval Office become one of the most commonest place in America under Donald Trump. Oh, the Oval Office sound broke down so present. Because you're a person where you just like to sit down in the Oval Office, just answer question and go on so. But for some God Almighty reason, somebody finally turn off the key to Donald Trump mouth. Somebody have finally turn off the key to Donald Trump mouth. Because Donald Trump not in a no haste and not in a no higger to talk about anything. Because the bodies will start come home soon. President of ending wars, your first set of bodies will be repatriated soon. The Oval Office breakdown. Caroline Lovett say, Caroline Little Miss Muffet say, she ain't one or no. Little Miss Muffet, oh, Little Miss Muffet then. Opal, Little Miss Muffet say, she ain't one or no. She ain't one or no before you go to the Middle East. So it look like Little Miss Muffet has said, no, take you up. It's only people who understand geopolitics, Caroline Lovett, did think no say war I go fight. It's only people who understand and follow geopolitics closely did know say war I go fight. America never call, America never give no order for people to go to the region. Or America never call in people them from the region and say war is imminent. Because you don't want to take Iran by surprise. So you don't want to give no prior notice. That's why you not do it, especially upon weekend as well. But look at Miss Muffet. Look at Miss Muffet come out and saying did one or no. So she don't know what they take up on herself. Go. Da, 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 you Christians out there. US troops were told war on Iran was all parts of God's divine plan. And this is coming from the department, the war secretary, as well as the Bible quoting Mike Huckabee, the Zionist Galangian. That's why he turned from shit show to clusterfuck, total all-out chaos, mismanagement, misunderestimation. Everything I go wrong in other warrior. The only thing I go right in other warrior is that America and Israel is getting a good old hiding. The city of Tel Aviv is looking more and more like Gaza as this war goes on. We do know people are dying. We have not put that on the back burner. But we have to deal with the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is to diminish America's firepower, because that's what America used to bully the world. I'm going to go hope in the next few weeks, Iran can declare, say, we have successfully created nuclear warhead. This will bring the war to an end in no time. This will bring the war to an end in no time. But come here for no live by Europe. Come here if you live in Europe. If you live in Europe. The dick on the sausage. No. Putin have entered. Won't be nice for us in the Europe here. Us over here in Europe. Lord Jesus. You know how long BRICS are planned for strangle Western economy? Brazil and China and the all of them then just open up their new payment system where they. You know how
Russian.
You know how long them a plan for strangulate Europe and America? And Europe and America just create the opportunity by attacking BRICS. Because you all didn't know that attacking Iran was an attack on BRICS. Listen to what Putin said. If we live in a Europe and we're not at worry. If we live in a Europe and we're not at worry, something wrong with we.
Russian President Vladimir Putin said Wednesday that Moscow could halt gas supplies to Europe, quote, right now. The warning came amid a spike in energy prices triggered by the Iran crisis. Putin made the comments when asked about European plans to ban Russian gas imports. Still, they have said that they plan to impose restrictions on purchasing the Russian gas, that they plan to do it in a month, with the 24th being the last day. And starting from 25th, they will impose restrictions on gas, including liquefied gas. And in 2027, they will impose further restrictions up to a total ban. At the same time, other markets are opening up. And perhaps it would be more profitable for us to stop supplying the European market right now, to move into those markets that are opening up and establish ourselves there. There is no political motive here. I want that to be clear. But if they are going to close us off in a month or two anyway, then perhaps it is better for us to stop ourselves now. Russia holds the world's largest natural gas reserves and is the world's second largest oil exporter. But Moscow lost most of its lucrative European market after the region sought to reduce its dependency on Russian energy due to the invasion of Ukraine. Putin said oil prices were rising due to the, quote, aggression against Iran and Western restrictions on Russian oil. He also blamed Europe's, quote, mistaken policies in the energy sector. This is not a decision in this case. It is, as they say, thinking out loud. I will definitely instruct the government to work through this issue together with our companies. With Europe turning away from Russian gas, Moscow has turned increasingly to China, the world's leading consumer and importer of energy.
You don't think this is dangerous? These so-somewhat European country, Russia said me we turn off the gas now. Me not have to wait till Uno stop. Me we turn it off. Can you imagine these two calamities fall together? Where the Strait of Hormuz is closed and Russia a cut off gas from Europe. Germany! You would join the war. How you would get gas to fight the war, Germany? Germany, come here. Germany! How you would get gas? Make case Anthony off Putin. Because the more no suffocate them, and the sooner them have it end the war. The more no suffocate them. One China already cut off rare earth. Almighty God, Almighty America. I wonder if you know what you creep upon yourself. You total one. The Chinese cut off rare earth material for you. Africa young couldn't have oil, uranium, and other precious material. We still need to get more on water, Africa. What you achieve in Venezuela never nothing, you know. What you achieve in Venezuela, it really wasn't anything. It's only because people don't know the truth and listen to you when you say, you are on Venezuela. But what you achieve at Venezuela was nothing other than you kidnap a president and put him in a prison. No, Opal. Trump speak on behalf of the entire America. So, America have to take the blame. America did dump him after 4 years. America take him back up after 4 years. America have to help shoulder the blame, Opal. At least the MAGA them. And I hope people vote for Trump whenever MAGA neither. So, America, you have to take the blame, yeah, so. So when all of these squeezing, Donald Trump have a conference, a meetup tomorrow with a lot of the military industrial complex people for them put weapon production in overdrive. But Donald Trump and Caroline Lovett say them have enough weapon can stay in this war forever, and them have weapon all about what people don't know. The parallel reality. And this is why this war is cascading into disaster. Because nobody at the helm of it all knows what they're doing. No plan, no strategy. I doubt the men them out on the battlefield and get any proper directive or instruction from the Pentagon. They must just out there and defend themselves blindly. This is what Donald Trump have done to your children by the snap of a finger. This is what Donald Trump has done to the world by the snap of a finger, because this international water attack ain't gonna go down well. Everybody and color not coming to this. You just need to be Western affiliated, living at the West, asset, business, vessel, whatever. The Iranians can attack internationally by their missile drones or by terrorism. I tell you, it is coming. It is coming. You think it's only the government of Iran that is enraged? There are Muslim population across this world that is enraged. You have some dangerous Muslim of Pakistan who share the same ideology as the Iranian sector. They are annoyed. They attack U.S. embassy in Pakistan. U.S. embassy them a get attacked all about. U.S. have to pull out all them people them. The Middle East, the people of the Middle East is not on U.S. and Israel side. They're just not. This can span a whole fleet of refugee crisis to Africa, further into Asia, within the coming into Europe as well. This thing has so many layers of consequences to it. The only way we can avoid them, America must wave the white flag, because Iran ain't going to stop, and rightly so. America fired the last shot, the first shot. Iran must fire the last shot. So the only thing can save the economic disaster to come, the global security threat to come, because the same thing that happened 20 years ago is repeating itself all over again. George Bush and Tony Blair were told, if you carry out that campaign in Afghanistan and Iraq, in Iraq particular, it will heighten terrorism globally. And we saw the effects and consequences of it. We've seen the effects and the consequences of it. It's the same thing that's going to happen now, and possibly on a worse or a scale, because of how aggressive the Americans went into this, by killing babies, by killing the Ayatollah, and now move the war into international water by bombing an Iranian ship. You don't understand the shit what we get ourselves in? You don't understand, say, the patient take over the asylum in America? America, morning. How you get yaso? Good God Almighty, Juliet Baker. Look how long you walk and frighten we. See that? The patient take over Bellevue. A patient around Bellevue, you know. Everything crash. America. President, we can't even hear from President. Oh, no, President Trump still alive. About the 13 to 14 if he dead. President Trump, wagwan, because Oval Office broke down, you know, because the way how you make the Oval Office become cheap and common. Chink Matt Hagan dog could have come at the Oval Office, go ask you any question, and you sit down and you lean your head like when Magicina Haggies, and you answer question for hours and end. Because it's all about showmanship. And this is what America turned into. At least the other one, them don't act. For your blatant stupidity. But then again, that me did tell you, no. You never know, say, Trump go take down America. Me did know. All me did want him to do is elect him. Lord Jesus, America. You have to go cut down the size of the Pepsi them for bail bomb, because you run out of everything, you know. America. Cut down the size of the burger and the size of the Pepsi, because you're going to need money to fight war. Remember saying, no, you still have to feed Israel to fight the war with you. Russia and China are three independent people. Three independent countries will build their own military apparatus. If you know shit, Israel no yam. Benjamin Netanyahu release the people them out of the bunker, make them run before the invasion, you know. Because me know to say, Epstein Netanyahu, when Iran done with Israel, the Palestinian can just push down the wall and walk across the border, so, and challenge. Benjamin Netanyahu. So release the people them from out of the dungeon, make them run for their life before the onslaught. Because to say, Netanyahu, when them come out of the pig pen, them think so them are going to see a city or a country where them did left on top there. So by the time you let them out, you are going to have a refugee crisis. Netanyahu, by the time you open the underground pig pen, if this war ever done, how long, Benjamin Netanyahu, you are going to keep the people them in the pig pen under dot? This is the life of Israel, you know. Under dot they live. This is why they're so dark, backwards, arrogant, and fool. Me don't know, the American them not go live on that tunnel with the Israeli them, you know. Because all of them dark, arrogant, backwards, and fool, and see what no John yourself in you know. Nobody fi come to no rescue. Hmm? See, Russia wanna fight. A Russia no beg fi hold back Iran. Hold back Iran for what? In the last 75 years, who no ever say hold back Israel? Hmm? In the last 2 years, when the genocide, did we not see you all feed the front line with money and weapon to murder children? Dirty Britain and America. We soon have to start sleeping in a park, because anytime the Iranian missile them start pummel London, we can't turn in a building. We have to go turn out a door, like sleep out a door, like how we see the tourists them in a Dubai and Saudi Arabia have to turn out a door indefinitely, because you can't take the risk of being in a building and you don't know when a missile will go struck it. Britain in the firing line. The haphazard 1-1 Britain, the one pigeon, one barbel dove, one jankro, and one turkey Britain. Can you not have more 1-1 or anything, And the 1-1 them, the 1-1 are the same thing them where Britain have. Ask anybody in the military, half of them not working. Britain have been invested in the military. The big old fat man them wanna have in the army, barring the few fit black man were in there. But one thing they can do. Good God Almighty, the people them tired like our. Don't follow Britain. Don't follow Britain and France. The French them hungry like our. For them lights soon turn off. And like how you hear Russia say. And like how you hear Russia say. He soon cut off gas from them. The shit show just got turn up higher. Then you see this shit show where Donald Trump start, on we see the long-lasting effect. So you see the Ukraine war still a one, and it look like the effect wear off, and we can coincide with the effect of the Ukraine war, and this year 1 year or so. This year 1 year and so. Island already cut off. Commercial zone already cut off. We don't know how long those zones are going to cut off for. The security risk is heightened. That is going to go on forever. Because especially for us here who lives in Europe and have experienced terrorism in our city and all of that rose out of the Iraq illegal war. This year I got 10,000 times. You say the warrior going to bring the world down. You say the warrior, when this war finishes, the global structure and the global order that we used to will change dramatically. Only if we can stop this in a matter of a month. If we can get this war, a lot of Europe is having solar panel, even in Britain, so they have a lot of solar farms. So they are doing whatever they can solar as well. When you hear them talk about the renewable energy, they're talking about things like the wind farm, the solar panels, and hydro energy, and all of that jazz as well. But the shock that this war creates to the system, the only way it will not change the global order drastically is that we manage to get it under control within a month, which doesn't look possible. It's a hopeful reality to think that at the moment, based on how it is going. Colleen Browning, how you do? Based on how it is going, the Americans, Phil Willie, the Americans are too proud to back down out of this war. The Iranians seem to have an upper hand where they feel confident enough to go into the long haul with this, not only on the conventional front, but on the economic front by slowing down commercial, slowing down gas and oil prices, which will escalate energy price, which will escalate food price. It could slow down production, so things become as well as expensive, it becomes scarce as well. That's why me I tell on the fan with you, say, me not play with this thing. Me already start buy me food them and store them and what have you. Because we saw how it go from Saturday to today, Thursday. All heap of changes already. The longer the war goes on, the longer the shipping lanes are going to close. And that's where the economic onslaught is going to come from. Oil wells already start blowing up. The more oil wells start blow up, or when the strait is reopened, it are going to take long for get these structure back up and running. Certainly, given what we have seen with Iran forceful attack across the region where American assets are, the dynamics of the Middle East has already changed. Trust me. Coming out of this, America will not be the dominant ally for those Gulf countries anymore, because they've seen swash overnight at the snap of a finger and one left turn from Donald Trump. All of them lose their economy. All of them lose their security. Their air fleet grounded. Their city is under smoke. So definitely, we already know. So the dynamics in the Middle East will not be the same going forward. That already changed first day of the war. First day of the war, America defense system right across the Middle East started to show failure. And the more Iran damages them, the more risk these Middle Eastern countries are opening up to. Did Pakistan? I don't know how much damage they do to it, but the Pakistani people invaded the U.S. embassy on Sunday, Monday. Yeah, don't know how much damage they managed to create. I did see them when them get through the fence, me see them was breaking like the window them and so on. Don't know how much damage they managed. Indonesia and all of these countries, they are demonstrating as well. People across the bombing zone is being demonstrating against their leaders as well, because these Muslim people were never happy with their leaders having these U.S. assets around them. Now them see the real danger based on Donald Trump left turn. So what you're going to end up with, you're possibly going to end up with, depends on how long this goes on for, quite a few regime change across those countries as well who are American ally. The regime change that they attempted in Iran might just happen to a lot of these rich perfume prints across the zone. So watch this space. As me say, time is the master of this war. If we get a quick cop out, it will save more life. It will stem the global economic disaster coming. Many countries are going to end up into recession because of this. Jamaica, as we see with the PSI or whatever them say, Jamaica was already heading to a recession. So this would have just exacerbate Jamaica calamity. But problem there ahead, my peeps. Problem there ahead. America now back down, Iran now back down. America, though, does not have the upper hand of this war. Dirty Netanyahu, why no? Why you put most of your effort, basically you put so much of your effort now into Lebanon. Lebanon isn't going to fall. And that is another good thing, that you have another front opening up. And the Houthis them still out there clabbing upon the sea. And the Houthis them like how on of defense bear down now. And now the Houthis them are going to fire missile. If the Houthis them used to go on so with them missile, when on a defense they turn up like Tarzan. Now on a defense they on the ground like a little bitch wailing and wallowing. And now the Houthi them I got through. So me see you try to create as much destruction as you can in a Lebanon. Lebanon used to your destruction, Israel. Israel, every time you attack Palestine, you attack Lebanon as well. We used to you. But for sure, this time is different. America, the history alone with Iran creating this year, shock America. You see confidence. Marcus Garvey, they tell we no Jankro. Jankro, only we hide Marcus Garvey history and legacy and the hope of work when do across the Western Hemisphere. Jankro never learned from it, you know. Because the Iranian came into this war with confidence, and that's why the Iranian won on the very first few hours of the war. In licking a 9 country and you just turn up dizzy and taunted so. And no, you can't catch up yourself, Jankro. You don't learn nothing. And when you will see Afghanistan man run on down in a shopata and bicycle with AK pan them back. You don't learn. We soon catch up pan fence, pan plane wing and all sort. And when we tell some of these idiots America don't win war, we understand. So when you say America aerial dominance display, you think say America win the war. That's not war. That's just offensive and being abusive and being criminal and being inhumane. That's not war. See war ya know. Blow for blow. Dig out eye, lick out teeth, pop out hair plait, crop up face, pop off uniform. See fight ya America. Dirty America. You think of the defenseless baby them this year? America, you think of the defenseless peoples of the village where you just walk and drop bombs so and see a wrong map. America, see war ya now. A school-grown brawl agwan. And look how far you gone. Look how far you gone. But Brittany, you know why you are going to get slapped in the face? Because that submarine that attacked the Iranian ship was leaving from the British base, either the Diego Garcia one or the Cyprus one, whichever one of the British base that submarine was leaving from. At this week, hellfire go burn. You said this weekend? This weekend, yes, sir? Hey! Me gone about my business. Because this weekend should depress you. The barrage of killing that is going to go on in the region this weekend. Whoa, mistress. Me tell my sister, him say, drop on a cruise. Nobody not safe on international water anymore. Drop your cruise, find somewhere else go, find something else to go do. Nobody is safe on international water. After what the American, it opened the war to the four corners of this world. The Iranians are in it meaningfully. The Iranians are in it meaningfully, and they are prepared to stay for the long haul. The shit show just turned into clusterfuck. Thank you very much for being here this morning. Lovely to have your support as always. Join us back this evening when we come back to the front line, where we expect to get awfully much more devastating. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Say Rastafari. War and crime. And do that righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I say, watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare and read the way. Prepare and read the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari. We love all, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twink.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.